Hey guys, so I thought we'd talk about some more high-end foundations. Now I will link below, I did a part one, this is part two. I did a part one where I showed you 7 high-end foundations, just kind of gave you an overview of each of the shades that I have, how they work for me. And I'm going to go ahead and continue that, and this time I have 8. I have 7 liquid foundations and a powder, so let's get right into it. First one, I've talked about this one quite a bit. This is a YSL foundation, probably one of the most expensive. There's another one in here that's pretty pricey too. Well, actually, there are 3 here that are pretty pricey. This is YSL's, and let me just give it a go. Le Teint Tout Chocolat. That's the best I can do. This is a foundation. It's probably just been out maybe, what, 2 years? I am the shade B80. It comes with a pump. This is a really great glowy foundation, kind of along the lines of the Smashbox Halo. But I find it to be a little better than that, which is saying something, because Smashbox Liquid Halo is pretty good foundation. I really like this. I tend to wear this later in the year. Not this color is a good fit for me when I've had a little bit more color. Because I purchased it, I think it came out like right around the time of late spring, and it's a really, really good color match around that time of the year for me, not so much this time of the year. So this is what B80 looks like, and as you can see, it's just a little bit more color than my other foundations. So I think it is a good fit for my skin. In the kind of July, August, it's not so much. I need to touch up a little more often than I would like, so it's not as great a fit then. But up until then, it's really good fit. So the next one that I have for you is Bobbi Brown's Long Wear Even Finish Foundation. This is a great foundation. Remember what I was saying on the last in part 1 about long wearing foundations? They seem to be a really good fit for me when it comes to you know, my skin type, my combination, my oily T-zone, my combination skin oily T-zone. So this is a Warm Walnut 7.5, and you'll see the difference in the colors. I forgot to mention, the YSL is a medium coverage. It's somewhat buildable. More so than the Smashbox Liquid Halo. They really remind me of each other. This one is an SPF of 19, the YSL. Now this Bobbi Brown is an SPF of 15, and it's definitely medium but very, very buildable. This one builds up very, very nicely. This is one of those foundations where I can go over with a second layer all the problem spots on my face, and then I don't need concealer. So it's a really good, if you need more coverage, I would say this is a really good pick. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch the color for you. Now let me find out you want foundation too, Max. So yeah, that's the 7.5 Warm Walnut in the Bobbi Brown foundation on top. Very, very nice foundation. I know a lot of people that really, really like this one, and it has a pump, which is key. I feel like a high-end foundation without a pump is just ridiculous nowadays. Now this is a fantastic fit for me when it's hot outside. This is Becca's Matte Skin. And I feel like they call it Ever Matte Shine Proof Foundation. The name, it gets a little sketchy. It's on the Sephora website as like Ever Matte, I think, Shine Proof Foundation. This is the color Sienna. Really good newer foundation. I can't wait to bust it out and really put it through its paces, because I really like the primer that they make, and I use their primer like when it was hot last year. So a foundation that, you know, keeps you matte as well, it's going to be great for me, because usually I don't do a whole lot of liquid foundation when it's warm. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch that for you. Again, my color is Sienna. Now this is a squeeze tube, which I find to be just as good as a pump. I like squeeze tubes as well. And you'll see this color is really, really nice and very, very similar to the Bobbi Brown, I feel like. It has that yellow undertone that I need in it. So yeah, there it is. It's a much lighter formula, but definitely medium coverage. It's right there on top, and it doesn't say anything about having an SPF on it, but it really does help control my oil. I don't really have to touch up at all now if I use it this time of year, and when it's warm, I doubt I will as well. It wore all day really, really well. All right, this is a really expensive one, but it's so, so good. It's Giorgio Armani's Maestro Foundation. Now this color is definitely a summer color for me. I have the shade 12, and I would need need probably, they have 11, 11.5, something like that I would need. I think I would have to mix though, so that's why I kind of haven't gotten it. I don't really like mixing. I do, let me know below if you like mixing foundations, because there's a whole kind of like, some people like doing it, some people don't. I just really don't. I'll show you this. This has a dropper. It's a very, very pricey foundation, but the finish, it looks like you aren't wearing makeup. It's that amazing. The finish is fantastic. As far as my skin type, it's not something I can wear when it's super hot. July, August, I wouldn't pull this out, but it's fine for spring. I use this usually in the spring, early summer. It's fine. And the dropper, I mean, it's such a light, I mean, look at this. Hopefully you can see. It's like, it's definitely a very, very light liquid formulation. And really wears nice, and it just sinks in. It's like your skin. It kind of binds with your skin. So there it is right there. So it's pretty forgiving kind of a thing. I don't need that much. That's the other thing, which is good because it's so darn pricey. I hardly need any, which is a great thing. Speaking of summer foundations, the next one is a favorite of a lot of people, and I find it to be fantastic when the weather is warmer and my oily T-zone is out of control. It's Estee Lauder's Double Wear, and I have like 2 colors in Double Wear. I just picked up one. This is Amber Honey 5N2. And this is the one that works for me, I believe, you know, during this time of year, if I have it right. Yeah, I think the other one I have is a deeper shade. This is fantastic. It's a super, this is probably the most coverage and the foundation with the most coverage I have in my collection. I tend not to like full coverage foundations. I love medium. Medium is good. I don't like it when it's too sheer, like no coverage. I feel like you wasted your money, but I do love a medium coverage. So I'll go ahead and swatch this for you. This doesn't have anything about having an SPF. Let me make sure the Giorgio Armani had an SPF of 15, and like I said, Giorgio Armani is a very like a medium coverage. Oh, but it really just looks so nice on the skin. This Double Wear is pretty low, so all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that over top. Yeah, this is definitely a winter foundation color for me. I have my 2 bottles of certain things, and I never know. Okay, so there it is right there, swatched on the skin. And that really, like, I would never even dare doing, you know, like 2 layers of that on my skin, because it would definitely be full coverage to me. And full coverage makes me feel like I'm wearing a mask, and I really don't like it. And that's just, you know, a personal thing. There's nothing wrong with full coverage foundations, but I feel like it's kind of unfair sometimes. People ask me to review them, and I feel like it's unfair because I just don't like them. So this is a great foundation. Again, a summer one that I use. It's NARS, what is it? Sheer Matte. I always want to call it Sheer Glow Matte, but Sheer Glow is the one that isn't, you know, for, you know, oilier skins. This is Sheer Matte, and this is my summer color in Trinidad. It's Dark 3 Trinidad, and this is a great foundation for the summer. Does not, you know, keeps me matte for a long, long time. Let me use the pump. I had to buy the pump extra. It was like $6. It doesn't come with a pump. Usually you just are stuck. Okay, maybe I should open it up first. Oh, there it is. Oh. That was a big old mess. Ew. All right, so there it is right there. And when I get like a lot of sun, my skin, it just made a mess. I got some in my lap. Oh. Okay, next. Up next is a foundation that I recently tried, and it's from Stila. I tried it in the chopping block. It's a really, really good foundation. It's called Stay All Day Foundation and Concealer from Stila. And this one has, let's see, yeah, this one has the concealer in the top. Now what I have is deep number 15. That's the color I have. So the concealer's in the top, so this is great for travel. I'm more excited about the foundation than the concealer. The concealer is kind of alright to me. But I really do like the foundation. I'm not really crazy about the delivery system. You'll see in a second, it's kind of like a scoop. And this is just a great medium coverage foundation. I think it looks very natural. You pop off the concealer top, and then you screw this off, and you get like a scoop. So that scoop is the foundation. Now this is a much thicker formula than a lot of the other ones I showed you. I mean, it is a really, really thicker, which I think is neat because it feels good going on your skin. It really does. Now this is a good color for me now. So there that is up on top. The Stila Stay All Day foundation and concealer. This is going to wear really well for a lot of people, and if you like a decent amount of coverage, like a true medium coverage foundation, that's going to be a good pick for you. It's a good fit for my skin type. I didn't have to powder too much, you know, to keep it matte through the day. It just really kind of stayed put. And it's one of those foundations that looks the same. You look the same. You know, I can put on my foundation at 7 a.m. in the morning. It relatively looks exactly the same. No fading and all of that good stuff, which is really bad stuff. None of that, you know, when I take it off 10 o'clock at night. All right, the last thing up is my powder foundation. Now, this is definitely one of my favorites for the summer. It's almost overtaken Bare Minerals Matte, which I never thought anything else would ever be able to do, as my favorite. It's taken over as my favorite. It is Tarte's Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Airbrush Foundation. Now, I got the little brush because I ordered it from QVC. I have the shade Rich. Now, these are all at, all of the shades are at Ulta now. I noticed that the last time I was there. The difference between this and the Bare Minerals is the delivery system is a lot better. I'll show it to you right here. Basically, you have this sifter in this one, and this sifter really makes it easy for the color not to fly everywhere, because what happens is if you see the top fits right down there and kind of presses down right on where that powder is. So I can, like, you know, go like this, and all of the powder goes right back down below. I can put my top back on, and I'm good. This isn't going to get everywhere. So I really find this to be a lot neater. I have all kinds of like flurries of powder depending on how careful I am when I use the Bare Minerals, but it doesn't happen with this. I love this little kabuki. If you can order it from QVC, do it, because they'll give you both for a decent price. But you can get this alone, and you know, you already probably have, you know, something else to put it on, something that's fine to put it on. This just happens to really cut down on the work, I find, for me, because it's such a dense little brush. It really just gets your foundation on very, very quickly. This is fantastic. This is, I don't see anything, at least on the packaging, about it having an SPF, but it's just a fantastic foundation. For my oily skin, oily T-zone in the summertime, this keeps me matte all day. I don't even have to touch up. It's fantastic. The color match is really, really good. Medium coverage foundation. I couldn't say anything else more complimentary about it. It is like gold. Gold powder. Gold, good powder. So it's a really, really, I think it's kind of edged out my Bare Minerals matte foundation powder as my favorite, because I just really, really, really love it. It keeps me matte longer than the Bare Minerals, that's for sure. So that was my brief kind of description of each of my high-end foundations. I hope that was helpful for you. And please check out part 1 if you haven't already. I will link it below, and I will see you very soon, guys. Bye-bye.